Makola Chapalu here with the details. Officials from the China Development Bank CDB have held discussions with the Vice President, Mr. John Mahama, in Accra. It is a follow-up to an earlier meeting in Benjin between the two parties. The first tranche of the $3 billion CDB loan is being released and it will go into the gas development project in the Western region. Napoleon Atukito reports.
Mr. Yuan Li, Vice President of China Development Bank CDB, and the Vice President of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, met to discuss the $3 billion loan from the bank to Ghana. In April, the Vice President led a Ghanaian delegation to China to sign the Master Facility Agreement to signal the release of at least one-third of the amount in the first disbursement. The reciprocal visit by the Chinese is to fine-tune some of the technical details of the deal. The CDB loan is being used to harness gas resources from the Jubilee oil field of the Western region. Part of the money will also be used in putting the Western railways in shape to facilitate transportation of people and goods. Also in the deal are the construction of beach and landing sites for fishing communities and actualizing the idea of multimodal transport on the Volta Lake, among other things.
推进这些子项目的尽快落实。
Vice President of Ghana, Your Excellency, and the government officials, it gives me great pleasure to come to Ghana to meet the Vice President, Your Excellency, and all the officials. Actually, in April this year, CDB and the government of Ghana signed the two subsidiary agreements of the $3 billion MFA facility agreement. And I came to visit Ghana in order to materialize and implement the two subsidiary agreements.
Projects that the China Development Bank is financing are core projects at the heart of the President's program for a better Ghana. And so we've been a bit frustrated at the slow progress it has made. Ghana has a lot of transparency rules and procedures, and so we're required to send things to Parliament for approval, and sometimes the process takes a bit long.
This is an artist's impression of the gas project, which is currently being constructed in the Western region. It will be managed by the newly established Ghana National Gas Company. Key on its terms of reference is to harness the gas from the Jubilee field. Ultimately, it aims at providing Ghana enough supplies of the product, especially for powering thermal energy. Until the plan is fully implemented, Ghana may not be out of the woods yet, as far as erratic power supplies are concerned. This is due to insufficient stocks in the West African gas pipeline, which is heavily reliant on Nigeria. The $3 billion CDB loan is arguably the single biggest amount of money to have been sourced by Ghana. China has been injecting cash into either developing economies with good development programs or seeking to create wealth. At the beginning of the year, China pledged $8 billion to the world's newest nation, South Sudan, and just recently, it offered $10 billion to the whole of Latin America. Napoleon Atukito, GTV News.